Stay tuned after this program for some exciting retail offers on products seen in the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders country western workout video.
Warning. The scenes that you're about to see may be unbearable for some persons.
3, 2, 1.
Previously on VCR Party Live.
So it just so happened that I had another tape sitting on top of the VCR over here. Nick, you had made a video of you, and I don't know, was she your lover or was she just an actor?
Probably. I mean, it's hard to keep track of them at this point.
Anyway, so you made a video, like a French film, where
I was wondering where you were going with that. Yeah. This was not a lover. No, this is just an actress.
Okay, but it's funny that you wrote in a makeout scene in this movie here that you made.
Okay.
But, okay, here. If anybody's wondered what it looks like when Nick Pruer kisses, here it is. Oh, look at that. That's what it looks like. Oh, look at that poor woman. That poor woman. Look at this. Look at it. Oh. That poor woman. Oh, look at
kissing a man with a perm and no mustache, just kind of a Abe Lincoln beard. All right.
The old Pruer special.
I'm actually gonna I'm gonna stop you from sharing that, so I can move on. We have a special guest who's on the line now, but I quickly wanted to show some Thanksgiving. We've shown this for Halloween. It was called Making Halloween Special, and it stars.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Gonna make our guest wait here.
VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on his way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape. But then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest clips they found. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. And Melinda.
Hello, Melindas. Here we are.
Hey.
It's VCR party time. We're going to watch some VHS tapes. We got a special guest. This is the all martial arts episode, and I'm Joe, and that's Nick, and there's Steve. And we have Brandon Lim from Black Belt Cinema coming on the show, and it's 100% martial arts videos. That's it.
Yeah, I think my flying windows, I couldn't find one that was a flying window, but other than that, so 99%.
No, probably
videos.
more like 97. I'm showing a couple things that aren't martial arts.
Still, I had so many martial arts tapes, and McKenna has been digitizing. It's a whole section of our shelf that is kind of unexplored. We really don't dabble that much in martial arts, but I think it's high time we start.
And Brandon's bringing on some clips. Let me show some new tapes that I got recently. How to build a pond, unusually specific.
Yep.
Or is it just regularly specific?
I think it was like how to build a marble whetstone pond. Then we're talking
unusually. This is just regularly specific.
Regularly.
Did you play this one before? The Help Save the Planet with Ted Danson and a bunch of celebrities.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Earth Day. Yep. That's
okay. Yep. Found another copy of it, and then I pulled this one off the shelf. This isn't a new find, but I gotta show this one just for. For this episode, one of the best covers. That's the other thing about martial arts videos is that they have incredible covers.
Yeah.
So Magic. Look at the other side though. Watch this. You want to see some Magic of the Ninja? Check this out. That's Magic of the Ninja. Same on both sides.
Identical.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't have anything new to show handy, but I do have a Found Footage Festival classic that is martial arts related.
Well, wait. You want to bring Brandon on?
Yeah, he should see this. Yeah.
But
all right.
Brandon,
let's bring up Brandon Lim.
Steve,
are you bringing him on? Oh,
there's Brandon.
Hey.
Brandon.
Hi.
There you are.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Yes. All right. Well, you brought on some incredible stuff. We're going to get to your stuff, but Nick is eager to get to this Found Footage Festival Classic, so let's just jump right in.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Brandon, tell us about Black Belt Cinema.
Well, let me tell you, Joe. Black Belt Cinema is a monthly screening series here in Toronto, Ontario. We've been at the Historic Review Cinema, which is Toronto's oldest single-screen cinema.
That's where we play.
That's where you guys have performed, I think, for the last couple years.
Yep, love it there.
So, yeah, we're happy to have you guys there. That was a big win for us, bagging you guys there. So thanks for choosing the review.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've called the review home for the last 4 or 5 years there. I started like very shortly before the pandemic, which was very interesting to try and navigate. But yeah, we screen martial arts, Asian action kind of genre cinema there. And yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do on earth.
You're the expert. This is long overdue that we have had an all martial arts, because like Nick was saying, that's one of our biggest categories on our shelf. And there, a lot of them are great, you know?
Yeah. I mean, our stuff is mostly instructional, and then, but there's martial arts movies and stuff. I want to hear more about that from you and how your interest started. But one thing we've noticed in a lot of the martial arts instructors is you always expect it to be some, guy from Korea or China or Japan or something. And it's usually some white guy from Staten Island with male pattern baldness. Or
some guy like John Seraph, maybe.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Wait, hold it up again. Hold it up again. That is one of the best covers. See, I'm telling you,
Jack Rebney.
Oh, it does look like a young Jack Rebney.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's got John Saxon, I think, who narrates and hosts this. He's also been known for his male pattern baldness, just not as severe as John Series.
He is holding onto that hair for dear life.
Yeah, it's basically a skullet at this point, but the power of Ji Gong allows it to stay on, I think.
Yep. There's a lot of testosterone coursing through those veins, and that
Nick, is that what Nick, would your hair look like that if you took your
No,
head off right now?
I don't think so. It just gets thinner and thinner, but it doesn't have the ring. It's just getting thinner everywhere. So it's kind of just, I don't know, almost like a troll doll, kind of thing, where it's just, I don't know. It's easily matte, stuff like that, but it's even. It's not male. It's not horseshoe shaped. But here's a guy. Huh?
Brandon, you're a martial arts expert. Why does he just shave it all off? I mean, that would look badass if he's I
think he's just trying to prove a point. He seems very unfazed by the lack of hair up there. I think it just adds to his power, his confidence, his sense of relaxation. He's not bothered at how his male pattern baldness is perceived. It's completely irrelevant.
You are an expert.
You talk about me or the Qigong guy? No.
Are we talking about Nick or the Qigong guy?
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay.
We're talking about Nick.
Qigong guy.
I can't speak for Nick's willingness to continue to be bald. I feel like he doesn't have a huge choice in the matter.
No.
Yeah.
But I will say that this guy is from New Jersey. He's still active. He's these guys are experts, despite the male pattern baldness, and despite them not being from an Asian country. They're masters in what they do. This guy's name is Dominic Giacome, and he put out a video called Karateise that I heard about, would try to track down for years, and then maybe like 6-7 years ago we found it. I played a short clip on VCR Party, but here it is again as a classic. Let's take a look. Healthy head of hair.
A unique blending of exercise and karate techniques designed to develop the mind and positive thinking through the philosophies of ancient Korean karate, with methods of exercise to deliver rapid weight loss, body firming, agility, coordination, and self-confidence. Your host and instructor, Master Dominic Giacome.
What I'm actually doing is totally blanking the mind out, where I am in sort of a trance state. Actually, as a warrior would go into battle, they would put themselves in the same trance-like state, and this would enable...
Just like a warrior would pull a Chevy minivan with his teeth.
to withstand any injuries while in battle. I really don't feel it at all as far as to my teeth or jaws. I try and totally blank the mind out, so I'm not really experiencing the physical end of it. What I do is a technique of concentration where we can control the pain mechanism and we can increase our tolerance to withstand that.
The master finishes the scenario by placing 60 pounds of concrete in his mouth.
That's what karate's all about,
This
right there.
is why he, Dominic Giacobbe, is known as Master of the Mind Masters.
And then it gets into the actual
elbows.
After the feats of strength, listen to the soundtrack. It's just kind of like a tropical.
The steel drums.
Yeah, it's kind of a
That's some
Gloria
nice flavor.
Estefan. Yeah, it's like nice steel drum there.
The best part, and I feel like when these videos came out, it was all about the parlor tricks. Wasn't it? Smashing it with your head, smashing bricks with your head, smashing
Pulling a
things
truck
with your head.
Teeth.
Yeah, it's pulling a truck with your teeth.
You have to do a demo, yeah.
I'm sure you guys have seen clips of like the Shaolin monks, like those large concrete blocks he had. I've seen Shaolin monks with those like hanging from their like testicles, like their nut sacks.
Yeah.
Completely unfazed.
Yep. And we have a labial one too with the labial.
Oh, I have not seen that one.
Yeah. Oh no, we didn't show. I guess
Chinese
this is a martial arts.
secrets?
This isn't a lovemaking episode. This is a martial arts episode. So
we'll get to the lovemaking episode. Don't worry.
Don't you worry. But in that one, he was hanging 150 pounds of weights from his wiener, not from the testicles. He was holding it from the shaft area. Yeah,
the shaft area. That's arguably more impressive.
Yeah. But then I always wonder what his shaft looked like afterwards. Like it was probably like a long worm.
Like a fire hose after the water goes out kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, sorry, we got to pay the bills here. Steve, you selling out to anybody?
Well, Joe, I am selling out to someone, and that someone is the SLA, the Songer Lovers of America.
Good.
And once again, they've sent me some copy. I promise you I have not looked at it until right this moment. So here we go.
Not seeing the deposits for these in our account.
Yeah, I'm beginning to
they paid
be a little skeptical myself.
They paid in January for the full year, and they paid a lot. So
okay.
Go back to January's statements, Nick.
Okay.
Here we are. Here's the copy they sent me. The Songer Lovers of America once again proudly sponsor Songer Superfan Sellout and this August conclave of VHS aficionados to celebrate the tickling of the collective perineum of the performance art world as only Daniel Songer's brand of comedy, poetry, dance, and live wasp nightmares are capable of. As SLA member 4378, I'm happy to commission Steve as an official boatswain and Joe as coxswain in this Songer Navy. Role is crucial to light entertainment in the riparian zone, customarily celebrated with comedy numbers, interpretive dance, ditties, and proto-sea shanties in a unique style that's seldom imitated and never duplicated. So, ladies and gentlemen, turn down your lights and welcome to the Songer Jamboree.
All right.
Okay. All right. Now back to Brandon in the videos. What? I'm sorry.
There's a video here. Tim curated one, a songer, just a short songer. And Brandon, where do you stand on Songer? Are you pro or are you?
It depends on if is this proto sea shanty era Songer or is this Songer?
I think this is on the deck years. This is on the deck years. Yeah.
On the deck years. Yeah. I think I'm most comfortable with the deck years.
Yeah.
I was you did have Mike Shanks. Was it Mike Sachs?
Mike Sachs.
Recently. I know he finds Songer particularly brutal to absorb into consciousness, but my body and mind is ready for Songer.
Okay, here it is. Tim put this one together. It's called
These women think that men believe that soulmates are dogs, and I'm like, no. This sounds like it's a soul bait to the ugly duckling. And man, it's pretty clear that you could not handle your mistake, your soul mistake. They were the soul they're trying to graduate from the ugly duckling so they'll get the soul date to the dog. That we're gonna get a soul date to the dog, you know. And I want to tell you, ladies, our soul fate is the goddess of love.
Daniel Sauer goes on at length about a matter that's quite unintelligent, but clearly important to him.
Okay.
So,
All right. Your soulmates are dogs, and okay. I think I got where it's coming from.
Well, what was he trying to say?
I think he was because women say that their soulmates are dogs. He and other men like him are forced to masturbate because they can't find companionship. That was my read on it, but I don't know. I'll leave that to the Songer scholars and all the SLA members. Sounds like we're up to 472 members of that.
4,378.
4,000.
That's
Wow,
who wrote
okay.
it. Yeah.
It's their legion. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, another regular thing we do here is play video store screeners. Brandon, you familiar with these that David?
I am. I tried to like create a transfer of this promotional screener for Jet Li's Fist of Legend, but my software Cyberlink director or AverMedia or something like that recognized that this was copyrighted and refused to transfer it. And so I can only really show you the case. I wasn't able to prepare any clips from it.
Well,
we have a device that can get around that bullshit. Yeah, I'll send you a link to it.
Yeah, send me a link to the device because I'd really like to crack this nut open and share it with you guys.
Well, they're fun because they're trying to sell the video stores. There's always incentives, and I picked two martial arts ones: Double Impact, the Van Damme movie, some fun POP with that one, and a commercial that was on Three Ninjas Knuckle Up. So here we go. This week in Screener, Steve.
You want to play the there?
Yeah.
You may say it's a screener, but it's not the only one. I hope Tuesday we will watch some criminal penalties for unauthorized duplication or distribution.
Exploded to superstar status in blockbusters like Kickboxer, Bloodsport, and Lionheart.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Now, video's hardest-hitting hero packs twice the punch as he doubles the action. Doubles the power. And gives your customers a double shot of full-strength Van Damme in Double Impact.
Nice going. Nice going.
With over 750,000 total video units sold.
Brendan, where do you stand on Van Damme?
I'm a huge fan. I got to
Nice.
be honest. I really think he's had an interesting career. He's had his ups and downs, certainly, and some really interesting comebacks. He's always managed to remain relevant in the conversation, I think, without being the overbearing self that I think put him in a bit of a slump in the late 90s.
Right. Hard Target's my favorite, I think. But
that is an excellent
I love that
film.
one.
The Hollywood debut of one John Woo.
That's right. I haven't seen a lot of these, though. I have to admit. I don't think I've seen this one.
The name Jean-Claude Van Damme generates instant rental heat. Trust me. Plus, to double your rental pleasure, we've got a promotion designed for double-fisted profits.
You've got an army waiting outside of what?
With every six-pack of Double Impact, dealers will receive 50 collector's edition posters, personally signed by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's gonna be great. No. Trust me. No.
Double your order to 12 copies, and we'll double the ante with 100 autographed posters for your customers.
Whoa.
And we'll...
Do you think Van Damme really signed like 100
No
posters
chance.
for every video?
Zero chance.
I don't even know if he signed a single one.
Yeah, it was just two. No, it had to have been like just somebody from the studio, right? That memorized.
I thought it was just auto sign, like
they made a
autographed
copy
when
of
you
it.
get it, and you're like, oh,
right. It says
it's done by
autographed, but yeah.
Send those customers an awesome 2x6-foot vinyl
That'd be
4-color
cool to
wall
have.
banner.
Let's go shopping.
Stock up now and double your action with the invincible rental muscle of superstar Jean-Claude Van Damme ×2. Double Impact, a Stone Group picture brought to you by Epic Home Video.
Hey kids, what video did you buy?
Three Ninjas Kickback! Yeah!
I hear it's pretty cool.
And Jam!
Well, if you like the Three Ninjas,
Jams?
you're gonna love the new Three Ninjas Knuckle Up.
Yeah!
Colt, Rocky, and Tum Tum are back in an adventure so exciting you'll feel like you're there.
Cool!
Three Ninjas Knuckle Up, rated PG.
Did you see those Three Ninjas headbands they had? You gotta
that's pretty. They reminded me of the headbands from Ninja Terminator, the Godfrey Ho film with Richard Harris, that just literally says ninja right over the headband, just to avoid the confusion of like, is this guy a ninja? What I found most impressive about this trailer is that it kind of seemed like it started off black and white, and the only thing that was in full color, not just one color, was the tape that they were holding.
Yes,
just like I've never seen that personally. You know, sometimes it might be a red object or something like that. Like, you know, Spielberg uses that in Schindler's List, of course.
Yeah.
And then you've got Three Ninjas who just one up Spielberg and shows a whole full color tape.
Yeah. I feel like back then that was hard to do. You know, that was probably a day of graphics work.
And this is just for the VHS promotional tape.
Right.
Release. So kudos to the promotional production team that worked on Three Ninjas Knuckle Up.
I tip my bandana to them. Speaking of the bandanas, they should have had that as POP.
I know. They didn't advertise any POP, point of purchase merchandise, but that would have been perfect. If you order 6 copies, you get one of those.
Yeah.
All right, that's this weekend.
That would have been PO perfect. We haven't done this in a while. Let's do a little scimitar. Steve, you got the what have you? So we played this one before. This is Karate Rock. Have you seen Karate Rock, Brandon?
I have seen a movie called Karate Rock with Antonio Adebisi Jr. or Antonio Sabata Jr. I feel like this is not the same Karate Rock.
No, all this is Scimitar. So they released tons of videos in the 90s, and of course they jumped on the karate bandwagon and they shat one out immediately. All they did for this is they went down to like a karate conference and recorded the demonstrations on the floor, and then they decided to call it Karate Rock, which, you know, the title that's gonna move some copies. You see that,
right? And this is also approved by the North American Karate Conference Authority too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do know this Karate Rock then, actually.
Done
yes.
for a reason.
Yeah. It is. Okay, so here is Karate Rock, and I just put together my favorite scenes from it.
Welcome to the exciting world of karate.
I thought about doing this from flying windows, but they don't really flick sort of come at you, but it's not.
Okay.
Not that
I have seen this before. I'm wrong. I have seen this before, actually. I've seen it. This is really good. I'm glad you got this.
Yeah. Yep.
Budweiser.
A hard day of karate. Crack one open.
Karate is sponsored by Budweiser. Yeah. Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks.
Yeah. I had no idea that he was a karate master.
Oh, he was on the American Olympic karate team. Like, he's legit. Like, a huge karate icon.
I just know him as the Taibo guy.
That's, that was like that was like in his later period career when he pivoted kind of from acting to karate-based exercise movements.
Oh, was he an actor? Was he in movies?
Oh yeah, his first film was his first appearance was in The Last Boy Scout. He's that football player with the handgun in the opening scene of The Last Boy Scout that just starts shooting people at the football game. That's Billy Blanks.
Really? That's the only thing I remember from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of other films too. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This doesn't look that hard. This looks like
the ice thing. I've always wondered how hard that actually is to do.
Yeah, because the middle, it's like gotta
Yeah.
Watch. He's been probably sitting out for a minute too, thawing out and crackling.
Yeah.
He does another one.
Well, we say that, but we'd probably all kill ourselves.
I don't know. Yeah, but look at this guy. Another male pattern baldness guy.
Is he the one that cracked the ice, or is he just like?
Yeah, he's the ice cracker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch, he does another one. I could do it. I know I could do it.
Next WonderCon.
There it is. So Scimitar had their finger on the pulse of fads. So when did karate, like, I feel like, so all of our videos come from like late 80s, early 90s. I feel like the Karate Kid is what spawned a lot of these.
I would say 100%. The Karate Kid, I think, specifically ushered in that era of like just karate being the lexicon of pop culture. Before that, in the 70s, it was more kung fu with like Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. Before that, it would have been judo. I think was like the earliest martial arts you would have seen in film.
When did Chuck Norris come into town?
Chuck Norris came into town, I would say, around this, like shortly after, around the same period as Bruce Lee, because he was in Bruce Lee's, I think, third film that Bruce Lee directed called The Way of the Dragon. And then that obviously led to a lot of other film opportunities with him. You know, he did a couple in Hong Kong. He did this one called Slaughter in San Francisco, where he plays kind of like a bad guy / I think he's a bit of a pimp, actually. He kind of disowns this film. He doesn't like to acknowledge or talk to it. And then, yeah, obviously he made a huge career of that in the States. There was also the Chuck Norris Karate Commandos.
Yeah, I thought about playing that.
And I don't know if you guys have done that on Saturday morning cartoons yet, but
yeah, we have. Yeah, because he has those wraparounds. So he does those live.
Yeah, the wraparound segments are the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. T did them too. It was like that era where they'd have live action wraparounds. So
you know what we should show? You know what we should show of Chuck Norris sometime is the infomercial he did with, who was it with? It was with like some supermodel. Christy Brinkley. Yeah. Oh, you gotta find some of those. Yeah, those are good. Those are on all the time.
Sports guy into.
Was that the one with like the Total Gym?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, of course. Yeah, the Total Gym. That was all over the place. You could not watch television and change channels without seeing that on a commercial break.
Always
or a whole channel
too. Yeah,
oh, nice.
The tape they put out with it. All right, so this is the only non-karate thing, I think, maybe one of the few things in tonight's show. It's This Week in Flying Windows. Our loyal viewer, Reese from Australia, sent me one. It's for Sea Air Travel. This comes from Australia. And he described these as maybe the first instance of mirage flying windows. Where were they there? Was it all a mirage? So let's take a look and see what he's talking about.
Experience Tuscany, Italy, an adventure for the mind, the body, and the taste buds. Enjoy this 2-week holiday special hosted by Pam Tobin. Stay in the beautiful countryside of Tuscany, explore historic cities, museums, and galleries, or just chat with the locals. Enjoy traditional Italian farmhouse.
Like a mirage as you're out in the desert. You think you see a flying window from Tuscany, and then
food, cooking lessons, Tuscany style, and
I feel like the reason for that drop shadow is because the sun is very, there's a lot of sun in Tuscany, and so that's what's causing that harsh drop shadow on the flying window.
Yep, it's from right
fine
there.
wines from the Chianti region, as well as wine tastings at famous vineyards. Call Sea Air Travel and inquire about the Taste of Tuscany tour flying Alitalia.
There they are, the Mirage flying windows from Reese this week. So thank you to Reese. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Flying window content done for this week. Shall we get into our karate raviolis?
Let's get into the meat and potatoes here.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
All right, Brandon, you got a couple things. You actually brought a lot of stuff. We're going to show some of your stuff on the EP mode this Thursday because you brought a lot of good stuff that we don't have time for. But I brought a handful of stuff. Nick, you got it. Let me go first because I have a bunch of short stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to show. Let's see. Brian sent me this one. He said, "Check out Bob Mann's Instant Karate." Have you seen that one, Brandon?
It's not ringing a bell. Let's take a look.
Well, it's not because this guy, he's one of those guys, he just shits out sports videos. He has a whole series.
Okay.
He has golf. And then, of course, when karate came around, he's like, yeah, I can do karate. He clearly doesn't know how to do karate, but he calls it instant karate. And he has Miss America from 1983. What's her name? Debbie Maffitt. Of course, we all know.
I was going to say Debbie Maffitt.
Yeah, right.
She's one of the instructors that helps him along with it, and she does the intro, and then he comes out and has this passive-aggressive comment towards her. Ooh. And I just included that. I didn't do any of the karate instruction. We're
Okay.
just going to listen. Just listen for the passive aggressive comment from Bob Mann. He has a baseball one. He has. What else does he have?
Trademarked.
He has a bodybuilding
Hi, I'm
one.
Debbie Maffett. For the past 6 weeks, I've been following the Bob Mann Instant Karate course. And what has happened? Well, I've experienced some all-over body toning and learned basic karate. Now join Bonnie and me with our instructor, Bob Mann. Come on.
Listen.
And Debbie got all those benefits, even missing half the rehearsals. We're going to start off with the...
Savage.
Ouch.
Savage.
Debbie got all those benefits with by missing half of rehearsal.
Warm-up for the front kick.
Man, giving it to Maffett. Yeah.
No mercy. He's from the Cobra Kai gym.
Yeah, he's got the sleeveless.
I'm
First
sure
use
she
for
was
the
like
week.
really apologetic about missing those rehearsals. He was like, "Oh, it's fine, don't worry," and then just right out of the gate was like, "You missed half those rehearsals."
He kept that in his back pocket for the intro. And, like, nobody watching cares that she missed half. But he had to just get that out there. He couldn't just let it go. We got to watch more Bob
I love
Mann.
passive aggressive. Yeah, because that outfit, the sleeveless, like with the the zip up sleeveless sweatshirt.
The whole video is boring. I was hoping. I mean, the only funny part was that he's not very good at his karate. You know, he's just kind of just kicking.
Yeah.
He's not doing any spins. He's not doing any flying jumps or anything. He's not busting blocks of ice with his head. It's boring.
Just busting chops.
Just busting
chops.
Let's get into a Brandon clip. What's one of them you brought? Looks like
Do you want to do the Qigong?
Yeah.
Healing
Let's start with him.
narrated by
talked about
John
him.
Saxon from Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. Anything to set up with this one?
I found this tape probably at a random Value Village or one of those type places, and it's one I go back to. Like if I'm at a party where it's like, hey, throw something on in the background with some cool visuals or something like that. I'll put this one on because inevitably people will like get distracted from the conversations they're having and be like, what the hell is this tape? And I mean, I'm going to let the tape speak for itself. I managed to condense it down to like a 3-minute video from its 43-minute runtime, but it's about the Chinese art of Qigong. It's narrated by John Saxon, who's, we all know he's got a star on the Italian Walk of Fame, actually, here in Toronto in Little Italy on College Street. I stop and bow down and kiss it every time I walk by it because it's John Saxon. So Jeremy Allen Johnson, PhD, OMD. He studied in Beijing, China. He's one of the few internationally recognized non-Chinese masters of Qigong therapy. Having studied at the Academy of Traditional Chinese Medicine in Beijing, China, he was the first Westerner to intern as a doctor of advanced clinical Qigong medicine at the Zhuiyang Hospital.
Okay.
So yeah,
We're in
that's
good hands.
I'll
We're in good
set it up.
hands.
Let's
Do they say anything on there about why he chose to go with the male pattern baldness instead of just shaving everything?
I think it's just one of those things that when you practice something like Qigong, your hair never fully leaves your body. It just, if you practice Qigong, whatever stage of male pattern baldness you have, I think just stays that way for the rest of your life. If you stop practicing Qigong, maybe the hair would go away, but he's just trapped in this cycle of baldness and Qigong.
Makes sense.
There we go.
Although Western medicine is held in the highest regard in all parts of the world, including the Far East, we become aware that the Chinese people have performed Qigong. Qigong training develops the body in terms of energy.
I love him.
The first section is devoted to cleansing the negative and stagnant energy. The second section concentrates on stimulating. The final section combines movement, breath, and imagination.
He's actually in front of the sea right
bouncing
there, right?
on your ankles. Relax your body and imagine that you are gently...
I mean, does he kind of look like maybe like your science teacher in middle school?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Or a guidance counselor.
Guidance counselor. That's right.
Guidance,
Yep.
Yeah.
They kind of look like they're like in the Heaven's Gate cult, like
yeah.
Put some Reeboks on them and
right.
Oh, they're it's an all white cast except for this one dude in the background. Just to give it a seasoning of authenticity.
Right.
Be tossing a ball. Roll down an imaginary ball. Open the arms and outline a large ball. Imagine gathering energy from the earth and forming a golden ball. Push the ball outward. Pick up the ball to heart level. Place the right hand above and the left hand below the ball. Embrace the ball and compress it inward. Hands on top of the ball and push it down to the abdominal area. See the energy as a rotating, spiraling ball nourishing the
Somebody
organs
add a
in the
ball
lower
in
abdomen.
here.
See the ball expand outward. Let the ball disperse back into the earth. This action is optional and not necessary.
This lax exercise is called.
Do you hear that
trembling
flub there?
horse.
That
Shimmy
lax exercise? This
No.
lax.
It sounds like he's about to
exercise.
say laxative for a second there.
He's trying to say this last exercise, but he says this lax exercise.
Oh, make note of this for the flub episode.
I'm
All right,
adding
here we go. Observe silence.
Necessary.
This lax exercise is called trembling horse.
Shimmy down the body. Feel the stagnant and trapped energy shake out of the muscles, tendons, ligaments, and inner fascia of the body. Gently contract the anal sphincter while the tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. In all of the exercises on this tape, touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth and gently contract the anal sphincter muscle.
A lot of them talk about contracting the anal sphincter muscle. Like,
I think that's the only way to keep the chi in. If you're not touching the tongue to the roof of your mouth and contracting the anal sphincter, the chi will leak.
The last thing you need is a chi leak. Trust me on that one.
I had a chi leak of my own this morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you don't want to go there. Yeah.
Imagine energy flowing from the navel down to the groin and then up the lower back to the sacrum area. Roll the hips so that the buttocks are tucked in and under.
Maybe that's the
Relax
ball.
with the trust that your body will move correctly. This will also seal the chi to the abdomen area. Feel
Great
the
job.
chi pour down your head.
He is a Tim and Eric character. That's what it is. He's a Tim and Eric character from like 2008.
It's
Yeah.
the sit on you guy. Yeah.
Arms down your back. Relax and feel. Feel the digestive system being activated and rejuvenated. You are encouraged to allow your body to acquire this feeling. In China, this exercise is often prescribed for patients who suffer from lower digestive problems. Now the liver exercise, the kidney exercise, the skin, muscles, and internal organs of the body. Touch the thumbs and the index fingers together, forming a triangle. Eyes look through the center of the triangle. This stimulates the spleen meridian. Drop the hands to form soft fists, as if holding a sparrow in each hand. When you squeeze the buttocks, the protrusion of the hips will ripple up the spine. But
Are you aware that this is extremely exaggerated?
There you go, Dr. Jeremy Allen Johnson.
Oh, wow. There he is.
That's him, huh?
New favorite guy.
J.A.J.
Judge.
Jeremy Allen White. Wow.
Wow. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Solid edit, by the way. Your
Yeah,
editing
that was
skills.
great.
That was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
That is an all-star clip.
And you must have incredible parties if you put that video on in the background. I mean,
I've had a few zingers
yeah.
in the past. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Waiting for our invitation.
Yeah.
So
Next time
one total blind spot for me, and I like this. As I get older, I'm exploring like genres that I didn't explore when I was younger. So, like, I was never a horror movie guy. I've been exploring that, and then martial arts movies, complete blind spot for me. But my buddy Laird, he's the head video guy at Alamo Drafthouse. So if you ever go to one of those theaters and see the pre-shows, there's a lot of weird, obscure movie clips. And I said, "You got any like fun, outrageous kung fu stuff?" And he sent me a whole folder, and I picked my favorites out. So I got to thank Laird Jimenez for these movies he sent
He's been
me.
on the show before.
Yeah,
he showed us the Milky Life.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney movie where he's an adult baby. Yes, among other things. So he'll be back. But in the meantime, I thought you might know some of these. This first one is Donnie Yen in a 1984 movie called Drunken Tai Chi.
Okay, yeah.
This is a period movie, so it takes place in ancient China, but there's a modern touch to it. He's playing a puppet here. Chinese breakdancing puppet. Okay, that looks incredible. You seen that one?
I have not seen that one, actually. I thought you were going to show the Donnie Yen. Maybe this is from the same movie, actually. The Donnie Yen breakdancing film that was sort of like the Hong Kong version of Breakin'. That's kind of what I thought you were going to show, but that clip was amazing.
That's called Drunken Tai Chi was the name of that
Drunken
one.
Tai Chi. I'll have to look that one up. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the Donnie Yen breakdancing
Okay, could be
film,
the same one. I didn't watch the whole movie.
Breakin' was my favorite movie as a kid, so I want to see this.
Yeah, you should definitely watch the Hong Kong version of it.
Yeah.
I will check out Drunken Tai Chi. That looks really good.
Invincible Armor. This is unique. Have you seen this one?
I have seen that. Yeah.
All right. This is one where they're trying to find the weak spots.
I'm going to give a shout out to my friend, Lucas Chung, whose mom actually produced Invincible Armor. Or is it his grandmother?
Yeah.
His mom or his grandmother literally produced Invincible Armor. It's really funny that you bring this up. I think it stars John Liu from New York Ninja.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's watch this clip.
I love New York Ninja too.
Yeah.
可是要找出你的气门却很容易。人体有108个穴道，离不开百会、太阳、结喉、钻心、下阴5大穴。
We found one of the weak spots. Okay, that's.
I love the editing on that.
I
the
know.
editing is great.
And the sound effects. Shaolin.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool grandma, by the way. My grandma didn't
exactly.
produce any movies.
No.
Yeah.
Nick, did your grandmas produce any movies?
I'll ask my one. No, I don't think so. My grandma's 99, but I don't think she's a producer. Shaolin Invincibles. This one, I watched this whole thing. It's incredible. You seen this Shaolin Invincibles?
It sounds familiar, and I think these gorilla suits. I'm pretty sure I've seen this before.
The bad guy 6 gorillas on the good guys, and they know martial arts too. And then there's guys with long tongues that stick out.
Okay, yeah. So
and
this
they
is
get
kind
their
of
tongues tied together.
I don't know if you picked this inspired by the recent 100 Men versus Gorilla theory / argument.
Oh no,
that's been in the
no, but it's a good timely tie-in.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's Shaolin Invincible. Great sound effect work on this. Okay.
Good beast. Dang.
Good.
How did they train those apes?
Look at this bead of sweat. The bead of sweat trickling down his cheek, though, is also very impressive.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you really get it on the zoom in. Finally, this one is called Drunken Wu-Tang, and there's a watermelon monster. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Wow, the watermelon monster.
So he thought out loud.
Come on, I'm here. Oh! That's the incense burner you landed in. You're gonna melt. Serves you right, monster. Now go on your way, on a spin. Go, go.
Watch, it levels up.
It's like vegetables.
Eating the vegetables. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, that is the craziest action I've ever seen. So
that was pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah.
there must be thousands from that era of martial arts movies, right? Like you're never going to see all of them in your lifetime, are you?
No, I was trying to think of like crazy clips from martial arts films I could show you guys, but it was just an insurmountable amount of things to go through. So I was kind of focusing more on like instructional tapes and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's smart. I just thought maybe we'll just do a little sampler overview.
That was a great sampler from your friend Laird.
Laird.
Yeah, kudos to him for that selection.
Yeah, there's plenty more where that came from. If we do
I'm going to show possibly. Okay, this is an amateur self-defense video. I'm going to say it's the most amateur video of anything, not just self-defense, of anything. It says it's a guy in his basement. I played it, I think, on like episode 3 of VCR Party, and we haven't revisited it since. And it's a guy named Todd Weeks. We got this from David Cross. It was on this big mixtape. It was a part of this tape-traded mixtape. But there was like an hour of this guy on there. Have you seen Todd Weeks, Brandon? I'm excited.
I don't think I'm familiar with this guy.
I'm excited for you to see Todd Weeks. Here's just a small sampling of the hour-long video. That's how long that opening graphic was. I couldn't make it any longer. But we can go back.
This freeze frame makes it look like I'm about to watch a snuff video or something.
It does feel snuffy.
Tank basement.
It feels very snuffy. All right, here we go.
I'm Todd Weeks. I'm going to try somewhere around 11 punches a second. No actual contact. I'm 38 years old.
Okay.
Seemed like a good time to say it. Pretty impressive.
He kind of has the male pattern.
Was that 11 punches over 1 second?
Yeah.
That was the challenge.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have my stopwatch out, but that definitely seemed like exactly 1 second.
Steve, did you have your clicker during that?
I didn't, but just from the eye, I think he did it. I think
Elodie is here just in time to see Todd Weeks. So
well, that's she came. I was like, Elodie, Todd Weeks. She came running over.
Initially, I thought he was like bowing to the punching bag, and then I realized he was stretching and going up first.
I had that same thought. Yeah.
By the way, he's only 38. I mean, he's
38 years old. Just I don't know if that makes it more impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's wearing like Carhartt jeans.
Yeah, Carhartt jeans, flannel shirt, ready to go.
Yeah,
in like the Blair Witch basement. Like it's the whole thing.
It is. Listen, he has a good line here.
Some days I can't do that one.
Look at somebody's throwing stuff at him.
It's the watermelon on.
I got great.
I mean, that looks like a scene from Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Can you earmark this one for Cinco de Mayo to post next year? Just
I should.
This is from the This is from the Mexican Blair Witch.
That's right. Yeah.
This is the Mexican alternate ending.
Right.
it's
back to the old karate.
Back to the old karate. He has a child sword that. I mean, it's a damn near. Wow. I'm going to send you this, Brandon, so that you can play it at your next party.
I would love to put this in at my next party or
Black Belt
Cinema pre-show.
Yeah.
I will show this to a live cinema audience.
Oh, the whole thing is good. We put the full video up on Rewindo. It's up on Rewindo. If you want to watch the full thing, you can watch it there. But I will send you the full video. You can make your own edit of it. But
thank you.
I think we need Todd Weeks to become an international superstar.
Yeah, it's about time. All right, let's play another Brandon clip. Joe, what did you queue up?
Ronald Duncan? I see Ronald
Duncan. So this fella was a African-American martial artist that sort of, I wouldn't say popularized, but was known for his specifically Koga Ryu Ninjutsu practice, and the origins of his knowledge and obtaining these, essentially ancient ninja secrets is somewhat shrouded in mystery, but he has a lot of amazing like demos and things like there's a clip of him literally catching like a flaming arrow at this martial arts expo in New York. And so I find him really interesting, actually. I would really love to like sort of make a documentary about him or something like that. I don't think he's still with us, but he's also really great at making like weapons out of like everyday objects, like say like a rolled up newspaper or magazine. So he's going to show you how to defend yourself from someone that's like stealing your change, specifically your change. And if you're ever like walking around in the forest, if you've ever like thought like, what if I jumped out of a bush and overwhelmed somebody or attacked them? Like if you ever wondered how to do that, he's pretty good at that, being a practitioner of ninjutsu.
I was just wondering that earlier today. So this has the answer.
Ronald Duncan will have all your answers.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
We're here at Ron Duncan's Martial Arts Academy. What is ninjutsu?
Well, that's a question that everybody has been asking.
More male pattern baldness. I'm really
seeing a
trend
motif.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it. There's something with all the testosterone coursing through, the hair falls out.
Is that what happens when there's too much testosterone?
Too much testosterone combined with too much chi, the body can't handle it, and it starts shedding hair in places that are not required for survival.
Right. Makes you more aerodynamic, I guess.
For the last 10 to 15 years.
He is my instructor since I was a little child. He trusted me. He taught me. He put me through life. I learned many things.
There's too much hair.
No longer I'm young.
In 1964, I think was the first time a non-Oriental performed a ninja.
Maybe it's when non-Orientals bring these ancient traditions into the Western world. They sacrifice most of the hair.
That's got to be
to do that. Only the Orientals can maintain their hair.
Right.
Practice. It's when non-Orientals
That's got to be it. I think we cracked the code.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Duncan was able to catch live arrows set aflame. Here it is again in slow motion. Notice the archer taking aim at the left hand of the screen.
The year was 1967.
I wish we had higher resolution on that. But
yeah.
It would have been cool.
Pretty amazing to do that in a crowded auditorium.
I know.
Probably why they had the arrow lit on fire, just so people could see it coming in case.
I did notice that it was already losing. It was like coming down already. It was a short thing, so I don't know how.
Yeah.
Steve, just let him have it. Just let Ronald have this one. Yeah. Okay, you don't have to. Just let Ronald have it.
The dentist's office reading Esquire, and they previewed You Only Live Twice. Time magazine, they're previewing You Only Live Twice. Black Belt magazine, December, January, February, Ninjutsu. With all my research, I had no doubt that he was a true ninja. He was the only ninja available, not in New York, but in the United States in 1967.
Martial arts.
That guy was a ninja nerd, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a ninja stan. Yeah.
I mean, who wasn't? Who didn't pretend to be a ninja when they were? These guys just didn't outgrow it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be utilized in very important ways within the fiber of society across this globe.
The deadliest forms of self-defense consists of working with just a sheet of paper.
The New York Post.
Hey, 3/4.
Wait, what's on that guy's head?
3/4.
I think it's his hair.
Oh, it looks like he has it looks like he has a thigh master stuck to the back of his head or something.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah,
I thought it looked like whenever they make animal balloons, and then they make the hat for you.
Yeah, that's what
it's almost kind of like a samurai's top knot, but it's like a back knot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't normally see guys with hair like that wearing a sweater vest, so that's why I was confused.
Trying to take someone's quarter.
This is my grandparents' basement, by the way.
Hey man, give me a quarter. Yeah, this is...
Hurry up! Don't. Look, I'm trying to give you a quarter. I said hurry up. Don't you want a quarter? Yeah, I want a quarter, and I said now give it up, okay? Oh! That's a big mistake, old man. Oh! Take the quarter and go.
He needs to have a catchphrase like "Stop the presses" or something like that. This just in. Breaking news.
This just
okay,
in.
this part where he tears off a page.
Look at that.
Stuffs it in his mouth.
Oh, you got to do this documentary about Ronald Duncan. Who thinks of that? This guy
there's a lot
thinks
to unpack there.
All the news that's fit to eat.
He should have just taken the quarter and left.
Yeah.
No.
You want this chair? Yeah, I want the chair. Well, I didn't see you here before. No,
I want that chair.
Get away from me.
That guy with the back knot, he's one of the best like demonstrator guys of any of them. Like, yeah,
those are my favorite guys in these tapes.
Yeah, the victims.
Stop it! Take your chair.
Arguably, they have the harder
Have
job.
your chicks.
Thanks.
No, never do that again. Thank you very much, Master Duncan, for having us here today.
Oh, make that.
Where's that guy? Is he in New York City or is he?
I think he's probably somewhere in New York or New Jersey originally.
And he really hit the ninja like when ninjas were at an all-time most popular. Like I love ninjas, and like he really rode that wave at the right time.
There wasn't enough time to show, but a lot of the people that he was attacking when jumping out of the bushes and trees, he would actually slowly drag back into the bushes as well to kind of like hide the bodies.
Makes sense.
I wish there was time to show that as well, but it's very Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid.
We have How to Be a Teenage Ninja too. I didn't even think about that one, but yeah, that's pretty good. I thought about playing some New York Ninja because we have a ninja on roller skates in that one.
Yeah.
I thought about playing Miami Connection because there's the martial arts YK Kim Dragon Sound martial arts band.
I'm actually screening that at the review next month on July 12th. Yeah, we screen it every year. It's our 4th annual screening of it.
That was one that was hyped up for me by like people, the guys who found it and stuff, and then it still met my expectations, exceeded them. But you know what? I went with Nude Tai Chi because
that classic.
This has been sitting. I've had this in the hopper for a while, and I did a lot of blurring. Took me hours to do all the blurring on this one, but Tai Chi is a form of martial art.
Yeah,
and
it's the most boring one. I'll say that. I thought about playing a Tai Chi video. It was too boring.
I always see people doing it in the parks here. Not this way though. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I want you to picture the pervs who bought this following along with the instructions.
Tai Chi is a unique exercise designed to reduce stress, tone muscles, and improve blood circulation. Chi is the universal energy that circulates within us all. By practicing the following exercises in a relaxed state, you will obtain the Chi, the essence of true self-development. Before beginning, you should dress in comfortable clothes that are non-binding and allow the body to move freely. Or you may choose, as our models have, to exercise in a natural state.
They chose to.
Wearing nothing at all.
I think I'm going to do this one nude.
Tai Chi movements are performed slowly, evenly, continuously, and in a relaxed manner.
They look like Tai Chi experts to me.
Allows a person to become aware of every muscle in the body. Modern-day Tai Chi was founded in China.
Wow,
by
you
the
really
Qin
worked
family.
overtime with the.
Oh God, yeah, six mosaics on each. And I like that. I don't think the titles are intentionally euphemisms for Tai Chi, but in this context,
At the end of the 16th century.
I got a snake creep
more like snake creeps up. Am I right? Am I right, guys?
Yeah. We all thought of the same joke.
Members of the Yang family modified the martial art techniques with slower, more relaxed movements, which became known as the Yang style of Tai Chi. This style has become the most widely used form in the world today.
Yeah, I gotta.
Okay.
I'll be strumming my loop. later today.
I'd like to part.
I would like to part that wild horse's mane.
Yeah.
You can combine the movements and exercises shown in this program to create your own series of movements which will help you obtain the chi that lies within you.
Well, you didn't have to do the left breast there, Nick.
Yep, she covered it up for me. So yeah. Do you think any of the guys who bought this are combining the movements to create their own chi workout?
I'm sure
I think I'm going to take the golden cock one and I'm going to mix it up with the parting the horse's mane, and I'm going to make
the strumming the lute one. Yeah.
Yep. All right, I made my own routine. Thanks. Done it again, Burt Ryan.
Yep. I'm going to Burt my rind later tonight if you know what I mean.
Wow. Manage my production. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Nude Tai Chi. So
yeah,
Tai Chi, but make it nude.
Yep.
When I was watching those Tai Chi videos today, and choosing not to show any, I was like, maybe when I'm like 68, I'll start doing Tai Chi, because you know what, it looks kind of fun sometimes. You know,
as long as there's a park, there's a way
that allows nudity, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Nude Tai Chi. Yeah, you would need a park. A nude-friendly park for
a lenient park. Yeah.
I wanted. So we talked about this before. The awesome a lot of awesome VHS covers with martial arts videos. Did you see this when I held this up at the beginning of the show? Are you familiar with this
and
at all?
The back is even crazier than. It's like, wait, which is the back though? How would you even know?
No, I think they were like. They're like, what should we put on the back? They're like, this cover's so awesome. Let's just put the cover on the back.
We're not going to come up with a better cover, guys.
Yeah.
So I wanted to focus on one guy, Bob Klein, who is out on Long Island, and he does a lot of martial arts instructional videos, and he has incredible covers. I'm just going to show a few of our favorites. We've shown these over the years, but that's Bob, and he has way too much hair. Although I think he doesn't have that much hair anymore. When we met him. Nick and I met him.
We did. We drove out and met him.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of research on Ronald Duncan. I think he is also out in Long Island, although his son now runs a studio in New Jersey. He passed away. Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Looking that up, Steve.
Yes.
I just wanted to say because Long Island obviously a hotbed.
His son is actually in quite a lot of the videos I had. I'm not sure if we put any. I think his son was in one of the clips where he's being grabbed from a bush.
I picture him being like 8, but still having that hair that his dad has. Receding hairline.
All right, back to Bob Klein. We have look at this one. This one looks like he got caught hiding a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relaxation ecstasy.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Looks like she may not have consented to this. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see what else. How to spar against Taekwondo. Just kicking a dude in the nuts.
Yep. And there's a follow-up though.
And the follow-up. Yep. The follow-up is how to spar against karate.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah. So Taekwondo, you kick in the nuts. Karate, it's crouched it's uppercut, or I can't tell if he's uppercutting or grabbing. Like it almost looks like
I think it's a punch.
Maybe he's about to throw him. Like he's grabbing him by the ankle and the crotch, and he's about to throw him.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And I wonder if he's punching the testicles or if he's punching the shaft on that one. So I guess we'll have to watch the video to
Maybe
find out.
He's punching the testicles while simultaneously grabbing the shaft.
Oh.
Because he's about to execute some other move.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And he needs the extra shaft leverage to complete it.
You do need shaft.
I'd like to leverage my shaft. Oh no, we're not still doing.
No, we're not doing that anymore, Nick. We're not doing that anymore. Yeah.
All right.
A couple more practical self-defense. He's fighting a little girl.
Practical self-defense against children.
Yep.
And another grandmother's.
Wouldn't want to meet this little girl in a dark alley. I'll tell you that.
It says how ordinary people can protect themselves against stronger attackers. Oh, so I guess it's the child that's protecting themselves from.
Well, we don't know.
I don't know. Again, we'll have to watch the video and we'll find out. And then. There is this classic. This is one of the best ones ever. Yeah, I want a poster size of this, and I want to hang that up. So Nick and I we went out for our Volume 6 show. We went out and we consulted with Bob Klein. We went out to Long Island. We talked to him about how to make an awesome VHS or a DVD cover for our new. At the time, it was new for our Volume 6 cover, and he helped us. He took pictures for us. Here, take a look. This is our meeting with Bob Klein.
Try to be best, 'cause you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to take it.
They're both yellow belt. That's the one from the cover.
Yep.
We actually had one more idea, Bob. We were wondering if you'd be willing to try it out for us for our cover.
Okay.
It involves a sword.
Okay.
And a change of clothes. You have a change of clothes?
I do, too.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. That was a great promo.
I was expecting more of a like explosion or something, but it was more like.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
it.
And then
Was that? Go ahead.
what's that? Oh, Bob
Was that a,
Bob
was that a flying window or a spinning window?
Oh, it was a
that
flying DVD cover. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Bob was such a cool dude too. Like we spent a lot of
Yeah.
time there. We asked him a bunch of questions about his video. We asked him about Chinese yoga too. We're like, we love that cover, and he's like, yeah, my wife wasn't a big fan of that cover, so he changed
the
it.
spread legs one.
Yeah, he
Well, the
ended up
spread leg
changing
ones,
it.
traditionally you would be doing that in the nude because I think the point is like you're absorbing like sunlight or sun energy into your
Right.
Anal chakra or whichever one's
Right,
down there.
while you're contracting it, at the same time.
Yeah.
But then he gave us all the swag too. He
Yeah.
gave us
Oh,
these
that
awesome
is
shirts.
pretty amazing.
Awesome shirt.
This
Yeah.
is in my rotation still, and that was like I don't know, 15 years ago when we went out
wow.
there. So,
What a treat.
yeah. So yeah, I want.
You're being a little modest though, Joe, because we've talked about karate. You haven't mentioned that you are a bit of a practitioner.
Well, I have
or
a
were.
little bit of a background. So
Yeah.
when I was a kid, my brother took karate, and I was too embarrassed to take karate. I didn't want to I don't know why I didn't want to go, but I wanted to learn it from him. I think I was scared to go. I didn't want to. I was scared to go, so my brother went, and he would come back and show me all the moves. And then my dad invited his coworker over who had a camcorder. And back in the camcorder home movie days, nobody knew what to film, so they're always just like, "Hey kids, do some things for the camera." So my dad asked me to do some karate tricks for the camera. And Brandon, you've seen a lot of martial arts movies. Maybe you can grade my ability here. This is me at probably age 10. Maybe I'm 9 or 10.
I'll take that into consideration with the grading.
Yeah. Please do. Here's me, home movie.
I know 2 moves.
Okay. Andy, go ahead and do yours.
What?
No, here's Karate Kid Part 1.
And I'm embarrassed
Now,
because I'm doing
You were
it.
learning from the kid on the couch sucking his thumb? That's who was coming home and teaching
Alex?
No. Andy. Andy's on the other side of the camera. But also, I'm doing this karate move in front of my dad's coworker, which is
So you're embarrassed for that.
So I'm
too.
embarrassed. Yeah, if it were just us, I probably would be a little bit more confident. But I have to do it in front of Wayne.
I do like
Bellinger.
the camo.
I love my outfit.
I just thought you didn't have legs. I couldn't see them because they're so well camouflaged.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here comes. I think this is a defensive move.
Oh, Dad. Okay. This is the only move. These are the only 2 moves I know. Andy, don't embarrass me.
Andy, don't embarrass me.
I'm.
No,
Do it.
embarrassed.
Do it.
Be embarrassed.
I mean, it's such a nothing move.
The embarrassment is.
That's an important move though, because that's the kind of block you would do if someone was trying to kick you in the groin, and that's the first.
Right.
That's the first self-defense tactic you should learn in martial arts. Is once you prevent someone from kicking you in the groin, that you're unstoppable.
I also feel with that move, no one would be able to take a quarter from you.
No one's going to take
good
your
point,
quarter.
Yeah. Great point. Yeah. Well, first you pull up your tube socks over your pant legs, then you do that move.
The only problem with that is I don't think my testicles had dropped yet at that point.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So they could kick me in the crotch as much as they wanted to back then. I wouldn't feel anything. But all right, here's a more impressive one.
Do your other one.
Do your other one. My dad's just barking orders. Do the other one.
You know that one? Do I know how to do that one, Andy?
Good. Okay. Spin kick.
That was terrible.
I
don't know. That was.
He's repeating what I said. But I knew it was good. But I was like, no, that was terrible.
Yeah. Well, Bruce Lee had like Jeet Kune Do. I think that was sort of the limp sock technique, is what I would call it, because your limp sock kind of flaps. Yeah.
Right. It blinds them.
Yep.
Right.
What do you think, Brandon? Do you think?
I think that I think that, and if action films has taught me anything, is that as long as you're spinning, you're impervious to most bullets, weapons. If you're doing a flip or spinning, you can't be harmed.
Right.
So yeah.
And you're especially dangerous if it's in front of your dad's coworker, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Your embarrassment technique makes you turn away faster than a tiger. Wow, that was just amazing. We got to do more, but let's wrap up Ravioli. And do you want to stick around when we wrap up Raviolis here and for the rest of the show, Brandon?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to. You have to. Yes.
Let's wrap it up.
Show us your raviolis. Show us your raviolis. Show us your raviolis.
I want to take care of some quick business with some nice things. Steve, can you roll some? First of all, I got a book in the mail from Bob Hedges, and you know, it's not going to be the latest New York Times bestseller when you get a book in the mail from Bob Hedges.
Kuntz,
No, it's not the latest Tom Clancy. It's the Library of Standard Medical Authors, so it's a lot of medical.
It's a table book.
It's about like anus diseases and rectal. I think there should be some illustrations.
I might have to get reading glasses for my reading glasses to see that kind of training.
Yeah. So thank you, Bob, for that nice thing. Let's see. We had what else? Oh, I have an update on the fish aquarium competition that we have. So we had this kit where you could teach fish how to do tricks in the aquarium, and it came with a DVD. And I sent one kit to Bronte and one kit to Tori. And so far, Tori got one fish to go through a hoop. Tori sent me another video. First of all, I think
you're placing the
let me show the hoop trick. This is the hoop trick from the DVD instructional video.
hoop setup in your tank. The first thing you'll do is get your fish comfortable with this piece of equipment. Watch how Comet is lured into position and eventually through the hoop.
Okay, so this is Bronte's fish. Bronte got the kit, has been watching the DVD, but she said that her angelfish Melinda has Popeye's disease. Poor Melinda has Popeye's disease and is momentarily sidelined. So Bronte's going to get to it once Melinda's better. But Tori sent her video of the orange one is JoJo, and Nick, you're the white one is named Nick. So
Okay.
this is JoJo. Watch this.
You're going to keep eating that same piece of food?
There's Nick. So Tori's up 2-0.
Nice, another one.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. We got 2 tricks already. This is paying dividends. Hello, Nick? Got anything to add?
Dividends.
Nope. Okay.
I'm waiting for me to do the trick. Like that's I'm invested in the white fish. So,
All right.
But it is
Well,
impressive.
you guys are clearly like on the edge of your seat, and you guys were up and cheering. And
I'm speechless. I've seen
granted,
some
nobody
things
had anything to say after I showed it. It was just dead silence. But
but it is impressive that Tori taught her fish how to do it. I mean, there must be actual training involved in that. But I'm still waiting for the Nick fish to do a trick. Then you'll get my full-throated support on that one.
I think she said that JoJo is the better fish, and she just focuses on JoJo. And Nick is kind of the quiet one that doesn't really say anything after a video's played. That her exact words. Her email said that.
All right, Tori, I'll take it up with Tori then.
I want to show one more thing that Parisa from Tucson sent. She had this excellent find. Look at this. She said, I work at a local record store, and we recently bought someone's collection that was filled with lots of great music mixed in with a couple of oddities. I was going through all the hundreds of records, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw an original copy of Harvey Sid Fisher's Astrology Songs.
Incredible.
She said, I literally screamed when I saw it, and to no one's surprise, I didn't have to fight any of my coworkers for dibs on taking this one home. I emailed her back, and I was like, I didn't even know this existed.
No.
Like, where did you even get this? Like, who distributed it? And she said it was released on Greg Turkington's label. Greg Turkington, also known as Neil Hamburger and he's on Cinema. And he had a small label for 9 years that focused on comedy and spoken word. He released a bunch of stuff for Anton LaVey. LaVey, is that how you LaVey?
Yeah,
The founder of the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
And so she said Harvey Sid Fisher is only 2 to 3 degrees away from the Church of Satan. So
I've always
excellent,
known that.
excellent find.
Wow,
Excellent
that is-
find.
That is a good find.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for nice things. Let's wrap that up. All right, this week for EP mode, people have demanded it. More Cool Cat. We got the bloopers. We're gonna watch them.
Yep. I think for this Thursday, though, we should. Brandon, you sent over more martial arts videos.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
The
I
other
somehow
clip.
managed to make a Tai Chi instructional video somewhat exciting.
Oh,
okay. Looking
Yeah,
forward
it's
to seeing the
not
edit.
narrated by John Saxon, but it is narrated. It's actually more than narrated. David Carradine himself will show you.
Oh,
some of
yes.
these-
I watched your edit. Your edit is fantastic. And
Yeah.
he's naked the whole time, too.
It's crazy that they got him to
Thank
do
you,
that.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Next week we got Robert Pino, also known as the guy who collects all the Nacho Chihuahuas. He's we haven't had him on for a year or two, so we're going to get an update on his Nacho Chihuahua collection, and he's full of surprises. So,
And I'm gonna upload to Rewindo, which you can join at rewindo.tv. It's our streaming service. More stuff going on each week. Not only am I uploading the uncensored Nude Tai Chi
for all the creeps, for all the
for all you
Rewindo
creeps out there, and then this one, which I didn't have time to show, it's Kick Time. It's a children's with Karate Bob there in the middle, who also has a Staten Island accent, and Kicking Clown. So ran out of time to show it today. That full tape will be up on Rewindo.
Brandon, what do you got to promote? I know that you're promoting this awesome hat that you gave me when we were in Toronto.
Yes,
the Golden Harvest hat.
If you're a fan of this Golden Harvest hat, which is obviously the iconic Hong Kong studio that produced a lot of Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan's earlier films, the sort of rival to the Shaw Brothers studio, Toronto actually had a couple Golden Harvest theaters here in Chinatown. I think up until the 90s, early thousands. One of them is now a indoor rock climbing facility. The other one's like a Rexall or something like that.
Oh.
But I don't want to promote those things. I would like to promote future Black Belt Cinema screenings. If you like that hat, I also design movie merch for Black Belt Cinema and other related screenings, which you can find at blackbeltcinema.ca. And yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of Black Belt Cinema stuff. I'm screening Miami Connection. I actually have a band called Dragon Sounds, which is we're basically a cover band. We're like a Dragon Sound tribute band, which is the band from Miami Connection that play all the wonderful songs. So we were inspired by that band to cover those songs before our screenings of Miami Connection, and it's become like an annual summer tradition. And we've actually grown out of the Miami Connection soundtrack. People have asked us to play screenings of, we did the soundtrack to Rocky IV. We did a screening of, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Heavy Metal Parking Lot and,
Yes.
Krilick. And they did a screening of Heavy Metal Parking Lot in the films of Jeff Krilick and what's the other guy?
John Hine.
Yes, we did a screening of that. My friend Dave has a series called Stomp Box. They did a screening of that review, and we Dragon Sounds covered all the Judas Priest songs and stuff like that. We did the soundtrack to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, both the film and television version. So yeah, we will be playing at the show Saturday, July 12th at the Review Cinema in Toronto.
You could be there.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
man.
be a
You're
good
doing
one.
cool shit, and you have a great zine too that you gave me. While you
Oh
were
yes,
there,
yeah,
too.
I do have a
That's all
zine called Film Fuckers. So check out Film Fuckers, but Fuckers is spelled FVCK. So it's Film Fuckers, but with a V.
Yeah, around the censors that way.
Yeah,
Smart.
I get around the censors that way, and it's a
perfect crime.
collective of mostly Torontonian and Canadian film writers and designers and artists. And we will have a Substack soon, but mostly just on Instagram right now. And you can actually get them at Whammy Analog Media in LA. It's probably the one place.
Cool.
Yeah, it's probably the one place in the States you can get it. But you can also get it from my merch store at blackbeltcinema.ca. So, and yeah, I also have these cozies, these Black Belt Cinema cozies.
I haven't seen those.
I don't know if I gave you guys one in the gift pack that I gave you. But,
No, and I'm pissed.
I'm sorry, man. I was running low on them.
Well, thanks for joining us. That was
cool shit.
Yeah, that was
Cool
great.
shit.
We'll see you next time in Toronto, but we'll hope to see you online probably before that. But what are we going to go out on tonight?
We're going to go out on a bonus songer clip that Tim sent me in honor of Pride Month. He put together this.
Sure, this will be respectful and
positive. And well.
Yeah, I haven't actually watched it yet, so we'll see what Tim cooked up for us. So here's the thing. If we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Folks, we'll see you down the road to Clowndom.
Just
continued success, everyone.
Just take the quarter and leave.
Nice.
Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that I dreamed of, dreams really do come true. Daniel Songer, Dan Poet Man. Yeah!
When we return, Dr. Selmer will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
Mine not there for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Sure, Yodel.
Continued success. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Sizzler.
Tinkerbell!
Hasta la vista, baby. And I got that from Arnold Schwarzenegger, the governor from California.
We'll be right back right after that.
Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polster, the real great guy.
Night, night.
Goodbye.
Chucky, better luck next time.
Jim's coins in Hilldale.